Hi everybody, IntuitiveEdge here once again. Welcome to my channel. Thanks for joining me. We're going to take a look at our week ahead. Now, I did it again. I don't know what does this. It drives me crazy. But once again, I recorded an entire video only to find out at the end that the sound was gone. I don't know why it does that. The sound is on when I start the video, but for some reason there's a glitch once in a while. So here I am trying again. All right, now our week ahead. I'm just gonna recap because I've just spent the last half hour going through this. A lot going on this week. Okay, all right. So this week, here's what I got concerning when I sat down to focus in and do a little meditation on the week ahead. Here's what I got. Okay, I felt something coming in with regard to Facebook and YouTube. Now I don't know if this is something that is going to start this week, if it's already started, but I have a sense that this may be something that plays out over time. So it may not just be just this week. But I got the sense of algorithms being back engineered and a kill switch on certain algorithms. What I sense is that the good guys, the white hats, have found a way to back channel in, and they are putting kill switches on certain algorithms. Okay, this has gone on. I think it's been going on already, and it's been largely undetected. Okay. It's gone undetected. And it's going to go undetected for a time. And what I sensed, I got a picture in my mind of little wires, or a diagram of wires going around. Okay, this is just how it came to me intuitively to make sense of what I was feeling. But it's the sense of these information pathways, these bad algorithms, and I got a sense of a chip being dropped in, and the algorithm hits it and then just it can't go anywhere. It's it just fizzles. I also got a sense of turning the algorithm back around so that it just goes back in on itself and it doesn't actually branch out and go out any further. I got the sense that it's being done to as a way to counter the censorship and the manipulation of information that has been going on in these social media networks. I did get the sense that by the time Facebook discovers this back-channeled, it's like they've been doing incrementally, little by little by little each time. By the time it gets discovered, they're not going to be able to reverse it or stop it. And I felt the only way to stop it would be for Facebook to shut down their site. And I got the number 12. I don't know if that's 12 hours or something, but it's going to have to be shut down. But I got the sense too, possibly, that when that is shut down, that the good guys might be able to take over the site or something to that effect. So I think they will take over the site when that happens, when the shutdown is complete. And again, I'm not an engineer. I don't understand how all this works. I'm just getting this intuitively and trying and having, diagrams in my mind of how I could try to piece together what I'm feeling. So I'm hoping that maybe makes sense. But there may be some type of work going on behind the scenes to restore trust, restore the will and the voice of the people, and to take down these algorithms that are censoring information that needs to get out, that is important that information gets out. Okay. All right, so that's what I got on that. So this week, what I did for this week, now last week I had a really interesting spread, if any of you saw that last video, that came to my mind and was A, goes to B, goes to C, and all these pieces kind of fit. And it was really kind of intricate and detailed. I just wrote out questions and felt we'll just get cards and just kind of see where the cards go. I don't always do things the same way, and that's okay. I don't do cookie cutter, not too much anyway. But what do we need to know? That's the first thing this week. Now, what I got for this week that we need to know, first off, I saw President Trump, and I saw him surrounded in like a shield. So President Trump, what we need to know this week is that President Trump is going to be protected. No matter what happens, he is protected, okay? So don't worry about him, okay? He's protected. What I got was this card reversed. This is the Strength card, Major Arcana. It came in reversed. Another thing I got with this card is the sense of a lot of unrest, perhaps some chaos this week. And I felt that a lot of it is going to be aimed at the president. There's a picture of this hound dog here, and it almost felt as though there would be some barking loudly, okay, figuratively speaking. But there's going to be some howling, barking, people that are going to be loud and screaming loudly. And you know, they say those who scream the loudest have the most to lose. So look for the voices this week that are screeching from the hilltops. And we will be hearing a lot of that. It's going to be aimed at the president. So we're going to be seeing a lot happening in that regard. Do know that the president is okay no matter what comes this week. And I just have to say this. This is so weird. You know, I look at the artwork and get messages. But this little thing to me just looks like a UFO. And I don't know why. But it does. It looks like the little circular disc UFO. I don't know if that plays anything or not. But I'm just drawn to that. So I don't know. I don't know what that means, if it means anything or not. But I'm just there. I just sense like all angles are coming out this week, both in defiance and both to protect. I feel like the sword is about to be unsheathed. There's a sword coming out, and the president has it. He has the sword. He's fine. He'll be okay. Next is what lies ahead, and we've got the Lovers card. This is the card of strategic partnerships, things coming into place, things coming into being, agreements being made. And I think there may be some news on the presidency itself, which is maybe why some people are going to come out screaming. But perhaps President Trump is going to look like he may, in fact, be staying in the White House. Perhaps some news on that may come this week and people are going to get nervous and freak out. But I get a sense with this about President Trump also, with this agreements being made. And I think there's some sort of pact or agreement. Yeah, and it's born in some stability with this Lovers card. Agreements born out of something stable. Okay. What we will leave behind. Now, this is interesting. This is another major arcana. 3 out so far. What we are leaving behind. When I focused in on this World card, I got the sense of perhaps leaving behind the world as we knew it. There are some shifts and some things changing this week that we need to understand. And I got the sense of this world order that has been in place for generations and perhaps eons. And I got the sense of this order that we're leaving behind the way things have been. And this world order that has sought to enslave humanity and keep themselves in power and enrich themselves, that's coming. That's what we're going to be leaving behind. That's what's coming open. That's what's coming out in the open. And we're going to be understanding that that's what's being left behind. Okay, in addition to leaving that behind, the next question out is for our inner wisdom. What do we need to know? Our inner wisdom. And now we got a fourth major arcana coming out on this. We've got the Tower card. Now this is kind of a tough card to have on our inner wisdom. And I think what we need to understand and what we need to know is that sometimes things have to fall apart before things get better. We may be seeing some unrest and some things that need to come to an end, that need to fall apart. So our inner wisdom, this is also calling on us to understand that it's the bigger picture that's coming to an end. That what we see play out, whether there's fights here or skirmishes there, what we're witnessing is of a more broad impact. This is a global impact that we're witnessing. This is the global thing coming apart, not just what we might see locally. And so that's what we need to know and understand. That the power structure that has been in place, that has been entrenched, that has been enslaving humanity is coming to an end. It's on its way out. And that is what we're seeing come apart at the seams, okay? Now, I did get something about the fourth, perhaps. So there may be something happening around the fourth that will bring about or maybe help us understand this, what's coming apart, okay? We may see something happen around that time. Now, what is the mountain of evidence to be seen? What is the mountain of evidence that's coming out this week? I got the Queen of Pentacles. She came in reversed. Now, when she's reversed, it brings out the negative qualities of that queen. That queen who is wealthy, who's lived in luxury, who has a sense of values and taste. She reversed is a problem, okay? What we're going to be seeing coming out has to do with, I see all these dots like coming at the queen. Like we're going to be seeing stuff coming out related to money this week, relating to follow the money. There's going to be some type of connection to stuff being where we're going to see like either money being laundered or some type of money connection, people being bought, people being bribed, kickbacks, that kind of thing. It's going to come out and we're going to see how that has been negatively portrayed. This is going to be a big week of follow the money. And we're going to see where money has corrupted people in power, where power and influence has been corrupted, and how. And we're going to trace it. I think things are going to be traced back to their source, and we're going to see how people have been bribed or bought off, that kind of thing. Next question is foreign bad actors in hot water. This is just what I wrote down. Now, what's interesting about this is I have another major arcana. We have the moon. It came in reversed. Now, with this moon card being reversed brings in an element of deception. And I get the sense that the foreign bad actors, it's like the rabbit hole is deep with them, okay, with what's been going on. And I sense like a deep hole or a deep, prolific hole that is vast. And I also get a sense that the light is coming in to surround that darkness. And I get the sense of like the earth, I'll just show this again. I get the sense of like this earth here And the light of this, the light here, this is like the darkness. This light is coming out, and I get it like buffering between the earth and the dark side. Okay, bear with me as I explain this. But what I'm seeing is that there's like becoming more of a gap between the dark powers, the dark influence, and the light influence is like pulling the veil. The moon is all about the veil and what's hidden, and that veil is being lifted, and there's more of a gap. It's like more of a buffer, more of a protective light coming in to shield us basically from the darkness. And it does feel like there's exposure on the darkness this week in a big way. Deception. That deception is going to start to come off this week. And we're going to see maybe how deep that rabbit hole is gone. Maybe some layers are going to come off or come out, or something's going to shift and come up that's going to show kind of how nefarious things have been. The next statement that I wrote is out of the shadows and into the light. Now, what do we have on this? We have the card of Innocence, the Six of Cups. This is innocence, childhood, nostalgia. What I sense with this is childhood and possibly children. Now, with all of that that's being exposed with that moon and that deception and that cover up, that layer that's been keeping the veil on, that's going to be lifted, we have this card. I mean, this is like out of the shadows into the light. What's coming up is children are highlighted. Childhood and innocence is highlighted there. Out of the shadows and into the light. I think what we might be seeing, as some of us know, many of you know who've been paying attention, know that there's been a lot happening in this world regarding human trafficking and the trafficking of children. I'm wondering if we may see some children rescued this week, perhaps, or some spotlight on human trafficking of children. And perhaps that is going to be out of the shadows and coming into the light. For the culmination, the outcome of all of this, we have the Knight of Pentacles. Now, this is a card of very grounded feeling with it. What I sensed with it, even though he's got his suit of armor on, this is feeling like we're drawing a line, we're taking our stand, and we're standing firm and we're not giving an inch. This is the sense I'm getting with this card. I'm getting this card is we are drawing lines for battle. We are getting ready. We are prepared. And when the order is given to get in the fight, when that order comes, it's game on. It's game on. Now, I'm getting a really strong sense with this card. This is on the culmination of this week. I get a sense of military. We may see the military act this week, or something with the military coming up, where perhaps troops are getting ready for something, or there's training, or there's something going on, getting prepared, getting ready to move. And we may see movement this week. It feels like it's going to start. It's getting its start, or it's starting slow. But it's like, it's strong. It's like once it moves, once it goes, it's really strong. It's like it's not going to back an inch. It's not going to give an inch. I'm just getting a strong sense of we're moving forward. I'm ready for battle. That's how it feels. Something about being battle ready, ready to move, ready to go. So overall, I think we're going to see some unrest this week. We're going to see some skirmishes possibly. No, the president will be okay. There may be some military operations deployed or underway or something with the military this week we may see. There may be things related to children or perhaps trafficking victims that we're going to see in the news play out. We're also going to see people who are exposed, people who are corrupt that are exposed, follow the money, people who've been bribed, people who've been bought off. That's going to come out this week. People who've been taking kickbacks or anything like that, it's all coming out. It's all coming out this week. And there's going to be some people exposed. And it's going to lead to some people being loud, screeching the loudest. But just know that as things fall apart, as things come undone, that it is a bigger picture that is coming undone. It is a global system is coming undone. And we have to just keep that in mind and know that as we see things, not to get caught up on just what's happening in the moment, but just to know that a bigger picture is at work here. A bigger plan is at work. And there's more than meets the eye with what we're seeing happening. And we have to trust the plan. We have to trust that there's more going on, that this is a plan that I believe has been put in place to free us from a global governance that has been put in place over humanity for many, many centuries. And it's been done against the will of the people. And it's not in our best interest. And there's going to be pieces of it that are going to come apart this week. So there's probably going to be a little bit of unrest this week. A lot going on. Some destructive events possibly. But don't get too sidetracked with that. Just hold to your faith and continue to pray and know that the president will be okay. Pray for him. Pray for his team. Pray for that good is winning over darkness. Keep that in mind as well. And we'll see that come to pass. So this week I am pulling out a card, a little angel card for this week to give you an idea of what we're looking at. Okay, and my little card that I pulled out says depth. What's happening is deep on many levels. So don't get too concerned with what's happening on the surface. Just know there's a lot going on underneath, and that maybe what's coming up at the surface is just a piece of what is really going on. Okay, depth. That's the key word this week, is depth. All right, guys, take care. I appreciate you tuning in. Thanks for joining me this week. I hope you have a blessed week, and we'll catch you next time. This has been Intuitive Edge. Bye for now.